compared to the amount of travelling you have to do in the Tri-Nations and the Super 14 in the Southern Hemisphere, travelling and supporting rugby, in particular the Six Nation in Europe, is a piece of cake. And French rugby is really strong at the moment. 4 teams in the Heineken quarterfinals, big crowds and plenty of excitement about France's Six Nations prospects. Now maybe the strength of French rugby at the moment has something to do with the foreign players. Well, I'm absolutely thrilled to be in Paris because I managed to bump into a great mate and true legend of the game. You might recognise him, my great friend, Mehrts. So, bonjour. How's life, mate, in Paris? You enjoying it over here?
Yeah, loving it. Love France as a place to live, and obviously being close to Paris is pretty cool. There's a lot available too.
What do you think the main difference in terms of playing style is?
There's quite a big difference here between the teams. In terms of the teams that do try and attack and play rugby, like Toulouse, Clermont, Perpignan, really have a crack. The other teams, by and large, just try and shut the game down. And, you know, so the whole thing about the French flair is something of a myth a lot of the time. And there's a lot of very dour, forward-orientated, shut the game down and kick down into the corners sort of rugby. Suits me at my age.
You and I have first-hand experienced what the French can do to you internationally, obviously. No sniggering there in Wales because they love that choke attack. But what do you think of this current Six Nations squad?
I think their squad is stronger and stronger each year. I look at their squad and think, well, you know, they've got so many good players throughout and a more of a consistent look about it than maybe French teams of the past. I think they've got a hell of a shot at it this year. Playing England at home, you know, is going to be a good shot for them. The French normally, I mean, funny coming from a New Zealander, the French normally don't travel all that well, even though we've been beaten in London and Cardiff in recent times in the World Cup. But by and large, they don't travel so well, but they're pretty strong at home, and they lift themselves. So.
Who else, though, do you think? Bearing in mind we're on BBC Wales here, buddy.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, everyone's got a... I think everyone's got a shot at it. I mean, you know, Ireland's obviously put together 5 or 6 really good years now of rugby. Wales... You know, they've got some very, very strong players and play a really good game as well. So Wales has every chance. Ireland's got, you know, every chance. So, you know, it's a good one for fence sitters like me. You know, I'd sit on the fence and make absolutely no prediction other than the fact it's going to be an intense Six Nations. It's always a good cop-out.
Just going back to the French squad, who do you think they should be playing at 10?
It's tough. They've been persisting with Francois Trenduc from Montpellier, who you probably know probably better than I do, who's got a lot of talent and you know, had a good tour out to New Zealand in the northern summer.
It's been a problem for them.
It has, and maybe it's a position where they've always had a number of options, or they've never had a guy who's really stamped his mark on the position.
You might not know, but one of Mehrts' real specialities, which he used to dribble on about all the time, was his ability to say hello in many different languages, and he's very, very good at it, believe me. Like, give us a couple, say, for example.
Dimshara Cymraeg, which is, I don't speak Welsh. It's a very rotten Welsh accent I'm throwing on too, but obviously Yochid Da is very important in
the Ochenbauer.
Jochenbauer, yes, that's right. I don't know how my pronunciation is. Dimshara Cymraeg is going to take me a long way in Cardiff.
Well, thanks, Mehrts. It's always a real pleasure to have a living legend. As I said, still playing the game. I'm on Scrum 5, and we'll hope to chat to you again soon.